Hello everybody, welcome to Live Interactive English. She is Karen.
And he is Shane. Today we're looking at part 2 of Bopiliao Historic Block, a relic in plain sight.
We are back as promised.
That's right, we are back. So, we're talking about, last time how we can see some cool houses that were really traditional, like red brick houses. It looks really cool to, great places to take pictures,
I love these kind of historic places, and that's probably like one of my favorite things to do there is like take some pictures for Instagram.
That's right.
Like it's really cool because you feel like you're back in time.
Uh-huh.
What else do you like to do when you go to those kind of places?
What do you think? What do you think?
Yes, eat.
Of course, and especially in Taiwan, there's so many, a lot of delicious food. So just like in Bopiliao as well, you can also find a lot of delicious food around that area.
I have a question. When I go to these historic areas, I always see something like 古早味.
Ooh.
So 古 is like 古代, like old.
Yes.
And 早 is like early.
That's right.
味道, so it's kind of like an early taste from back in history, like that kind of thing.
Exactly. So it's kind of like the traditional kind of Taiwanese food. And it's a lot of that is really yummy. I know there are night markets around, and there's also Huaxijie. Do you know? Have you ever heard of it? Right beside Longshan Temple.
I think it's also referred to as Snake Alley in English.
I don't know if you can eat snakes there anymore, but I know that people used to go there and eat snake there. So it really attracted a lot of tourists.
Cool. All right, well, let's learn more about Bopiliao.
All right, let's do it.
Other places of historical importance are spread throughout Bopiliao Historic Block. Located on Guangzhou Street, Shouing Tea House had been handed down through 3 generations of the same family. The tea house was a popular gathering place for the nearby residents to talk, relax, and enjoy delicious teas.
Looking at part 2 of Bopiliao Historic Block, a relic in plain sight today, right?
Right, and so in part 1, we learned a little bit about the history of Bopiliao, going all the way back to the Qing Dynasty. Learned a little bit about how this name came about, and that it's been restored relatively recently, so it's a great place to go now and get a little taste of Taiwan's history. Other places of historical importance are spread throughout Bopiliao Historic Block. Located on Guangzhou Street, Shouing Tea House had been handed down through 3 generations of the same family.
Oh, so something has been handed down through 3 generations of the same family. That means it has been around for 3 generations.
Right, so like grandma and grandpa used to have it, and then they gave it to their kids to
run the business.
Right, and then they give it to their kids. That's 3 generations.
Exactly. So I guess this tea house must have really, really good business in order to, keep going for such a long time, right?
Right, and they must be doing something right if it could survive for that long.
Exactly. So we have this word here, to locate, and that is a verb. So to locate something basically means to find the exact position of somebody or something. Right. So if something is located in a particular place, it exists there or has been put there. So for example, many health food stores are located in this area. So these health food stores can be found here in this area.
Right. So there are a lot of cool things located in there.
Exactly.
For example?
The tea house, right? So the tea house was a popular gathering place for the nearby residents to talk, relax, and enjoy delicious teas. So let's talk a little bit about the tea house though. So I think it's a little bit different from what we do nowadays. So I think back in the day when people want to go there and chat with their friends, to hang out, they can go to this tea house and they enjoy the tea, right?
That really seems to be quite common in like Chinese culture back in the day, right? That the people would gather at tea houses really to just socialize and maybe to like talk about the things like the news and maybe politics.
Yes, that's right. And it's like, it's not the kind of bubble tea that we are drinking nowadays. So it's like the traditional type of tea. And a lot of people really enjoy it. They kind of sit there for hours. And then it's actually like an art, when it comes to like, making tea.
Right.
Have you done it before?
Like I've done it, of course, just going to just kind of like for fun.
Yes.
But I wasn't really there to kind of like really enjoy tea and like chat with people. I just did it for the experience because I thought, wow, that looks really cool. Like I want to get a little taste of Taiwanese culture. But I think like in modern times now, like I think the gathering places are more like, like online.
Exactly. Or sometimes or restaurants sometimes.
Yeah, but I think now people are communicating and chatting more and more online. So I think it's cool if we can like maybe get back to the old times where we go someplace
in person
and really socialize.
You're right.
All right, we had a vocabulary word here, nearby, which is an adjective, which just means near in position, or just meaning not far away.
Very close to, right?
Right. So, for example, I joined my cousin for lunch at the nearby hot pot restaurant.
So that means it's not too far away, right?
Right.
And we also have this vocabulary word here, to relax. Who doesn't like to relax? So to relax is a verb. So basically it means just to rest while you're doing something that you enjoy, especially after work. And then, so it's actually very, it makes you calm. And if you're very stressed or you're under a lot of pressure, it's a great thing to find something to do to relax yourself, right?
Yes.
So for example, this machine will help you relax. So maybe it's like a machine, like a massage chair or something like that. And you sit in it and it will give you a massage and you feel nice and relaxed.
Well, speaking of all this relaxing, I think I want to relax and take a break.
Me too. How about let's do that and we'll come back for more.
Okay.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们今天要继续跟着课文逛剥皮寮历史街区。那么第一站是秀英茶室，它位于广州街，已经家族传承了3代了。那这家茶馆呢，是附近居民聊天放松还有品茶的热门聚会场所。Shane老师刚刚就用到 socialize， 就是在 social 后面加上 ize 构成这个动词，表示交际，进行社交活动。那么单字 locate 或是 locate， 它是当动词来表达使位于什么什么。我们常用这个 be located in 或是 on 再加名词去表达位于哪里呀，坐落于哪里。再来 nearby， 它可以当形容词描述附近的，也可以当副词表达在附近、附近的。Relax 是当动词，表示放松，使放松。Karen 老师在讲解的时候，他提到这个 massage chair 就是按摩椅的意思咯。好，这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，这边我们来学习片语动词 hand down， 它表示传承，传给后代，它就跟 pass down 意思相同。那我们可以用 hand something down 或者是 hand down something 去表达把什么传给后人，把什么传下去。像 the recipe was handed down from her grandmother， 这份食谱是她祖母传下来的。那我们这边例句就是用被动用法表达，接回到课文中。
On Bopiliao's western side, peat coal market once buzzed with the sounds of trade. Before gas or electric water heaters, people burned charcoal to heat water for use in their homes. Wood charcoal production was an expensive process, as the coal would need to be brought down from production sites located on mountains. Peat coal was much cheaper, and Peat Coal Market was a busy spot filled with people buying and selling this charcoal. Built in 1963, Guangzhou Street's Fengxiang Bathhouse offered a service that is no longer needed today. As many houses of this period did not have a bathroom or shower, public bathhouses like this one provided lower-income residents with charcoal-heated water to bathe in. Taiwan's history is on full display in Bopiliao Historic Block. More than a neighborhood, this living museum is well worth a visit.
Welcome back, everybody. Are you feeling relaxed?
Yes, nice and relaxed after the break.
Great. So before the break, we were talking about the Showing Tea House.
Yes,
That's been
I
around for
love tea houses.
3 generations. And what are we going to learn about today?
Well, let me tell you.
Okay.
On Bopiliao's western side,
Okay.
Peat Coal Market, once buzzed with the sounds of trade. Okay, so we're talking about the peat coal market. Peat basically is just a dark brown substance, kind of like soil, formed by plants dying and becoming buried. So before gas or electric water heaters, people burned charcoal to heat water for use in their homes. Okay, so that's how they heated their water, right?
Yeah, and can you imagine having like burned charcoal inside your home? Like we're so spoiled now with like gas and electric heaters. I was actually just buying a heater for my house recently, and it's kind of like a new kind of a technology, and it's very energy efficient compared to burning coal in your house, right? Can you imagine?
And it's more environmentally friendly now as well, right?
Right. So we have the vocabulary word heater, which is a noun, and that's a machine that's used for making water or even air warmer. So for example, you could say, it's getting cold. We'll need to turn on the heater soon.
That's right, and I always turn on the heater in the winter time.
Do you? So
I
do turn on even though the winters are not very cold in Taiwan,
No,
you still do?
I really don't like the cold, not even a little bit, you
I
know?
also can help, yeah, because during the winter in Taiwan, although the temperature is not that cold, it's so humid
Yes.
that it makes you feel damp and wet. So a heater will help dry the air as well. So
So you feel more comfortable, right?
maybe I should go home and turn my heater on. It's pretty cold. Yeah. Okay, continuing. Wood charcoal production was an expensive process as the coal would need to be brought down from production sites located on mountains.
Wow, it sounds like a lot of work, right? So
Right.
very expensive and it takes a lot of work. Okay, so peat coal was much cheaper. And peat coal market was a busy spot filled with people buying and selling this charcoal. Okay, so you can also do this, you know, in Bopiliao. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a real cool thing to check out. Okay, continuing. Built in 1963, Guangzhou Street's Fengxiang Bathhouse offered a service that is no longer needed today.
A bathhouse? What's a bathhouse?
That's
You
like-
go out and take a bath?
Yeah, so I guess the service they're talking about is a place to go bathe yourself. Can you imagine? You're like in the home where you live, you don't really have a place to bathe yourself.
And that's why they had this service back then, right?
Right.
Because as many houses of this period did not have a bathroom or shower, public bathhouses like this one provided lower income residents. Lower income residents means people who didn't really make a lot of money, their income is quite low. People who live around this area. So it provided the lower income residents with charcoal heated water to bathe in. So if they don't have a shower or bath at home, at least they can go out and still bathe in warm and hot water, right?
I couldn't imagine.
I know, but back in the days, I think time has really changed.
But you can also imagine it'd be more of a sense of community, right? You go to
Yes.
these bathhouses and it'd be a place where you get to
Socialize.
get to know your neighbors.
Exactly.
Which
And-
we don't do these days.
But you take a bath together with your neighbors?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a different time, right?
Exactly, okay.
Continuing. Taiwan's history is on full display in Bopiliao Historic Block. More than a neighborhood, this living museum is well worth a visit.
Well put. This living museum, huh? Because usually we know that a museum is a place, you know, we go and then we kind of, you know, learn about different things. But this is like a living museum, right? This whole
you can
area.
actually, you actually go in there. It's not a museum. It's like right there for you to go and see.
Exactly. Okay, so we have this vocabulary word here, neighborhood, and that is a noun. So it's basically a district or an area of a town, and the people who live there, you know, they're just living around the same area.
Right.
So for example, the neighborhood that John lives in has many old houses. Okay, so there are many old houses nearby his home. That's what it means, right?
So we have a what do you think question.
Okay.
Do you enjoy learning about a place's history? Why or why not?
Well, I have to say, not always.
Yeah, right. Sometimes a place's history could be a bit boring.
Yes, okay. And so not always. But I think in Bopiliao, it's actually quite interesting. You know, you get to learn about the history of Taiwan since we live here. And the bonus is that it's not that far away from us.
Yeah, and I think I like learning about a place's history because, especially if it's a place where you live,
Yes.
suddenly the place that you'll see things and they come alive. Before you just ignored them or you didn't pay attention to them. But after you learn a little bit about them, I really feel like your life becomes more rich, right? And you really start to appreciate these things. And a lot of times you feel lucky to be a part of the history.
Yeah, I guess you're right. And you get to see things from a different perspective, right? All right.
Wow, that was a really cool trip to Bopiliao that we took. And I think now it's time to take a real trip there.
That's right. And maybe you guys should too.
So we'll meet them there.
All right, we'll see you guys there.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
好，接着我们来到剥皮寮西侧的土炭市。在天然气或电热水器出现之前，人们会用烧煤炭的方式把水加热。那木炭的生产是个昂贵的过程，因为这种煤炭得要从山上的生产地运送下来。而土炭呢就便宜多了。土炭市就曾经是个繁忙的地方，到处都是买卖这种煤炭的人。那这个段落出现一个单字是 heater，heater 就是名词，表示暖气设备啊、暖炉或者是加热装置。好，那接着呢，我们就来到广州街的凤翔浴室，它建于1963年。由于这个时期的许多房屋都没有浴室或是淋浴间，那像这样的公共澡堂就为收入比较低的居民来提供用煤炭加热的热水，提供他们泡澡。好，那么看到这几个景点介绍，同学们有没有觉得剥皮寮历史街区很有趣呢？它不只是一个街区，还是个活的博物馆，非常值得一游哦。可以让我们用不同的角度去观察历史。好，我们最后来看单字 neighborhood， 它是名词，表示街区、街坊或者是住宅区、邻近区域。Karen 老师刚刚则用到 bonus，bonus 是名词，可以表达额外的好处。还有用到 perspective， 它是拼作 perspective，perspective 表示这个看法或是观点。那这边两个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看第一个重点是动词 provide， 表示提供、给予。那要表达提供某人某事物，我们可以用 provide somebody with something， 或者是 provide something to somebody 或者是 for somebody， 这边就要注意它的介系词不同。像 The hotel provides excellent service to its guests， 也可以说 The hotel provides its guests with excellent service。那间饭店为顾客提供优质服务。下一个重点是 be worth 加上名词或动名词来表达值得点点点。worth 在这边是指值得或是值得做什么的。那我们来造两个例句。The book is well worth a read。那本书值得一读。那句中的这个 well 是当副词，用来强调 worth。好，那我们接着来看下一个例句是 The TV show is worth watching。这个电视节目呢，它值得一看。好，那么以上件讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Other places of historical importance are spread throughout Bopiliao Historic Block. Located on Guangzhou Street, Showing Tea House had been handed down through 3 generations of the same family. The tea house was a popular gathering place for the nearby residents to talk, relax, and enjoy delicious teas. On Bopiliao's western side, Peat Coal Market once buzzed with the sounds of trade. Before gas or electric water heaters, people burned charcoal to heat water for use in their homes. Wood charcoal production was an expensive process, as the coal would need to be brought down from production sites located on mountains. Peat coal was much cheaper, and Peat Coal Market was a busy spot filled with people buying and selling this charcoal. Built in 1963, Guangzhou Street's Fengxiang Bathhouse offered a service that is no longer needed today. As many houses of this period did not have a bathroom or shower, Public bathhouses like this one provided lower-income residents with charcoal-heated water to bathe in. Taiwan's history is on full display in Bopiliao Historic Block. More than a neighborhood, this living museum is well worth a visit.
Hello, I'm Matt.
I'm Chiwen.
Today we're playing Guess the Bear. We each have 3 cards, and each of these cards have 2 example sentences. In these sentences, the vocabulary words or phrases are replaced with the word bear, and we'll each have 1 minute to see if we can guess all 3 words or phrases. So you're up first. 1 minute on the clock.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's go. Okay, first one is a verb. Park rangers tried for hours to bear the missing hikers. Many people can't bear certain countries on a map.
I think the answer is find.
It's not find. It's similar. It's a different word for find.
Search.
All right, let's try next one. Okay, next one's an adjective. The restaurant was busy, so we went to another one, bear. There's a bear town where we can go to a rest stop.
Is the word nearby?
Yes, it is. Okay, next one is a 2-word phrase. I don't think this project bear my time. John thinks the movie Bear Seeing Twice.
Seeing twice is worth.
Yes, okay, back to the first verb. Park rangers tried for hours to bear the missing hikers, and many people can't bear certain countries on a map.
Locate?
Yes! There you go, okay.
Awesome.
That one was hard because it could have been find, it could have been so many different
Right.
words.
There's a lot of similar words for
Yeah,
it.
so as park rangers tried to locate the missing hikers, and many people can't locate certain countries on a map.
This is true.
All right.
Okay.
My turn? Okay.
Yeah. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, the first one is a verb, 1 word. I like to bear on the beach during the summer. The captain told us to sit back, bear, and enjoy the flight.
Relax?
Yeah. Okay, number 2, also a noun, 1 word. I use a space bear when it's cold in the winter. We turn on the bear when it gets below 15 degrees.
Space bear. It's a heater?
Yeah. Last one is a phrase, 2 words. The recipe has been bared bare through generations of her family. Her engagement ring was bared bare from her grandmother.
Ring was bared bare. Can you read that second? Wait, the first sentence. What was the first sentence?
The first sentence is the recipe has been bared bare through generations of her family.
Okay, it must be passed down.
Really close. It's
not.
it's a similar word.
Given to, passed along.
It's a synonym.
Okay, we're out of time.
The answer is hand down.
Handed down.
The recipe has been handed down through generations of her family, and her engagement ring was handed down from her grandmother.
I thought it was passed along for sure.
It was almost there.
See you next time.